What's up, podcast guests? If you're watching on YouTube, what's going on? And I want to talk really quickly before I go get my doggone haircut. If you're looking at this, then you can see why before some sessions. But I wanted to share something that I've been thinking about, and I am confident in putting this out there and saying this is true. I'm confident in the validity of what I'm about to say. And I've only been doing this thing for a year, but I've moved pretty fast thanks to a lot of guys like Karan Godwin, Jordan Lawley, Sean Hardiman, Ben Tier, uh, uh, Paul Easton, and so many more. Coach Moran, a lot of other trainers that I can't all name, Colin Stella, and I love basketball that have helped me out. And what I'm seeing, if you're training on a local level, this is the number one way to grow a training business if you're wanting to make training a part-time income or a full-time income. And initially, I didn't want to do this thing because as a basketball player, I know what's good philosophy. I know what's good teaching. I see what's done in the games. And honestly, I saw a lot of craziness out here. I saw a lot of what people were teaching, how they were teaching it. And I was critical, still am sometimes, but I saw it and I would get confused when I saw that so many people had success. And I didn't want to be the same person that honestly, what I see a lot of trainers do, what it looks like they do is ride a wave, piggyback on certain players, take a picture with them, they're popular. Now they get more access to other trainers because they took a picture with this popular player. And it's consistent and it's always happening. And I wanted to do it a different way. I wanted to be different. I wanted to do it honorably and not be the same trainer doing the same thing that all these other quote unquote trainers are doing until I started to look back a few months ago and think, man, things I'm working really hard, very hard, and not getting the results that I think I have earned so far. And I went back to reinventing the wheel. I decided, you know what? I'm going to try to see what these other guys are doing. I'm going to try to do what they're doing. As much as I dislike it, I'm just going to try it, see if it works. If it works, cool. Maybe there's something there. If it doesn't work, I'm not going to do it. And I didn't want to take or do this thing that a lot of trainers are doing. Uh, so what I did was I took a picture with a client and I asked the client to post it on their social media website, on their Instagram, and they did it. It was simple. It was cool. Didn't take much time. Didn't take much thought. And once that client did that, introduced me to another one of his friends. His friends started training. They've been training since for the past 4 months. And that client introduced me to right now, probably one of the clients I'm very thankful for that's helped me out even during the wintertime where I honestly didn't plan like I should have. I didn't have things lined up like I should have. I was ignorant towards how things work in my area once the season actually went into play. But this client helped me out, and he wouldn't have helped me out. I wouldn't have known him unless, with me tracing back what I did, I wouldn't have known him unless I would have posted that video with the client, and my client would have posted the video on their Instagram. And the number one way that you can grow your training business, I'm confident of saying, is word of mouth. But you probably already knew that. And I would encourage you to ask yourself not how well you know something, but how well do you do it? How well do you use word of mouth? But it's not just word of mouth. It's not just me talking to you, talking to somebody else who calls somebody else and plays a telephone game. It's word of mouth marketing. So, how do you do the same thing locally with audio, with actual conversation? How do you do that online and 10x it, speed it up with social connectivity? How do you get 5 shares, which opens the floor for you seeing thousands of more people? That's social connectivity. That's what social media does, and that's word of mouth at its finest. And I'm realizing, man, these guys who, and sometimes they have different stories. I've knocked trainers before in my mind, at least, that have taken pictures with clients, but I really didn't understand or realize that they'd been training those clients for 5, 6 years. You never know the backstory. So that works on both sides. If you're a trainer who does take pictures, forget other trainers what their mindsets are, unless they're having positive constructive criticism. But if you're the person who's not taking pictures because you don't want to be that trainer, then you may be hurting yourself more than you're helping yourself because of your pride. And that's where I was. I was too prideful. So this episode is to say, look, social media marketing, word of mouth marketing, take pictures with your clients, take videos, have the clients actually repost those videos. That opens the door for more people to come, more people to see you when they tag you on Instagram. And that led honestly to the biggest client that I've had since I've been doing this for a year. And it's somebody who I'm super, super thankful for. So that's the number one way to market a basketball training business. I felt like I needed to get that out there. Look, if this helps you at all, I need you to go to our Facebook group, our basketball trainer mastermind, and I need you to go in there, ask a question, say, hey, just start a conversation, ask complicated conversations, introduce yourself, something, because that mastermind is going to help you out a ton. It's helped me out a ton too. Thank you all for listening. Give us a review if you like this, if this is helpful. This podcast is free. You get what you pay for. So thank you for listening. I don't devalue, I don't underestimate your attention. So thank you for that. Give us a review, positive review. Let me know who you want to hear on this podcast episode, and I will catch you on the next one.